I got kicked off for some reason, but I'm back.
Okay, I am trying to see why I cannot. Okay, let me start my video. Oh, yay! Can you guys see me?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this is obviously new for all of us. So I am recording this, everyone, and we'll give a few more minutes for people to jump on. But while we're waiting, I think I set the settings for everyone to be muted. And I think you have the ability to unmute yourself, but because of the large number of people that may jump on to this conference call, let's keep it muted and use the chat feature that's below to post any questions that you guys have. But I'm going to give it just another minute before we get started, okay? Hopefully you guys are doing really well and trying to find a balance between this work-home life. It's been interesting even in my household. My husband works from home all the time, so we've been trying to coexist and work in the same office, and he's on a conference call, I'm on a conference call, so we're trying to figure that out. And my 17-year-old, that was the big one, trying to get all her grades in last week for Q3 grades for high school. I think that was the first priority. And then my 11-year-old who's in 5th grade, it's just, you know, let's just try to figure how to go on Google Classroom or some other things. But for the most part, I've just been telling my kids, just go out and play, you know, move, you know, be a kid right now. Don't worry about any virtual learning. This is all supplemental. And that's kind of been my direction as a parent. You know, you don't have to, you know, take that for your advice or your guidance, but that's kind of how I've been trying to say, look, there's a sense of urgency from everyone trying to create these virtual learning platforms. And I just want to be like, everyone just, you know, is this new? We're going to be good. And just take it one day at a time, because there's no definitive answers from DPI or from the state yet. I predict things will be coming this week, knowing that we're trying to gear up for a virtual learning, real education learning experience starting on Monday. I'm not sure how that's going to really look, but things that I've been trying to consider and tell people is, you know, things that we have to provide for all students. It has to be inclusive. We have to be sure that we're, you know, complying with federal EC guidelines for students with IEPs and all that stuff. And, you know, just kind of waiting for further guidance from our district and state. I do not know what's going to happen with the CPR skills assessment. These are some burning questions that some people have reached out to me. Is for the middle school and high school PE teachers and health teachers, we administer a CPR skills assessment in 8th grade and in the required health and PE online, or excuse me, the required health and PE high school course. But I reached out to DPI regarding that. So he will get back with me, and as soon as I hear, I'll let you guys know. So don't even worry about that right now. So we'll wait on CPR for that direction. It may or may not get waived. Second burning question is, what about the Reproductive Health and Safety Education Unit? Because that is under Healthy Youth Act, House Bill 88 guidance, that there's a state law that all students must receive, well, opt to receive that reproductive sex education course. Waiting on guidance on that too. So, you know, those who teach that course in middle school and high school, you guys are aware that we hand out opt-out permission form slips. Kids automatically receive the instruction unless they opt out through that passive permission form slips. So instead of launching reproductive health and safety education online instruction, how do we monitor that? Where, what if kids and guardians don't want their students to participate? Then how do we do that and, you know, be under that compliance? So we don't know from the state yet on how we're going to deliver that curriculum, or if we deliver that curriculum. So in the meantime, just, you know, let's just practice self-care. Let's go for walks. Let's do what we preach. Let's, you know, the power of movement and physical activity is so great for social, emotional, mental well-being. I think at the end of this, I think a lot more people and district leaders are going to value our subject even more. And I think we're going to be united more as a team. And I know that myself and my colleagues, Keith Kramer and Andrew Romberger, we are in heavy discussions now on providing professional development for everyone. If anything, think about this time that we can be in promoting our own professional growth online. So we'll be, launching some of that stuff out coming soon as well. I'm not sure if all these, forcing everybody to go virtual is going to automatically give everybody a digital learning competency credit. I'm hoping so. If I am allowed to, and I can create a DLC credit through the guidance of their rules for a DLC credit, I will be sure to do that and give everybody that course code, and you guys could sign up and I could figure that out to make sure, like, for example, this Zoom meeting, you guys might get credit for this. So don't worry, I have everybody who's on. It gives me a list of who's, the participants and so forth. So I'll track all that. Okay. So again, use the chat feature down below for any questions. And I'm going to start sharing my screen with all of you. And we'll get started on just today's topic on how to import a Canvas course and how to publish, how to import and publish. Tomorrow, we'll focus on how to edit a page and how to add content. So I'm going to take you in steps so that you just learn one thing at a time with Canvas. Canvas has some great help guides, but I thought that just setting up a Zoom meeting and putting it in chunks like this will help us. Plus, I was able to create courses and put them in the Canvas Commons for everybody to import. So I will stop twice in this session. First, I'll stop and read the chat questions on after how to import. Then I will show you how to publish and unpublish courses. Then I'll read the chat questions and respond to those as well. So I'm just looking at things right now from the chat desk. It just looks like people are just connecting, logging back in, all that good stuff. Some people got booted out earlier. I apologize for that. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm glad that we have about 43 participants on right now. And again, I am recording this so that I'll send out the link to everyone in a email listserv. And every year I request from HR and from accountability a list of all health and PE teachers in our county. And they send me a spreadsheet of all health and PE teacher names and their email addresses. Unfortunately, we do not have a system where I could just type in let's say PE teachers, and then it populates everybody's PE teacher's email account. They send me a spreadsheet and I have to literally copy and paste the email addresses into an email, and it's never 100% correct. I don't know why we don't have a better system to sending out blast emails to ensure that all our health and PE teachers get our communications, but every year we have to go through that. And hopefully maybe through this experience, we have some better platforms for communication online. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going right here. There we go. All right, let's see here. Share. Can you guys see me? Give me a thumbs up if you guys see my screen. Awesome. Okay, I am going to go into my Canvas dashboard. So first, to log in, go to Canvas and the dashboard. Mine will look differently than yours. Okay, I have several index cards. Each one of these little boxes is called an index card. Every year, when courses are assigned to you in PowerSchool, you will automatically get an index card. Usually it's blank, like this one right here. And that's where you are able to see your courses that have been assigned to you in PowerSchool. If you do not see an index card that you think that you have a course, probably it may not be where your name is on record in PowerSchool, where you do not see a course show up as an index card. So technically, you only have to worry about the courses that are then assigned to you in PowerSchool right now, is what I would suggest to you folks. Some people actually have where in middle school or high school, one teacher teaches the middle school PE, another teacher teaches the middle school health, but these kids that are rostered in this middle school PE teacher also has the health. Even though you would switch for face-to-face, what is assigned to you in PowerSchool is what you're going to see in Canvas. You might see some other index cards, like, for example, if you signed up for some online courses, Like here's one on the deepest well and the body keeps score and the happy pill. These are some book studies that my team will be launching out in the future. We're working on book studies as we speak. But mine looks a little bit different because I've created courses and I participate in some online courses. So let's hit on how to import. So how you import, you click on each of the index cards that you need to import content. So I created this to be a test. So if you have elementary courses in there, you just click on each one of the index cards to import the content if you choose. You don't have to import this if you don't want to. So let me click on import. Okay. I've got to minimize you guys. I see a few of your faces in the right-hand corner, so I'm going to minimize that so I can see all my screen. So right now it's blank. Some of yours might be blank as well. Those who have middle school health or high school health already loaded, you'll just click on that index card and add this PE content to the already choice-led health content. So you click on the index card. If it's blank, this is what it looks like. If you already have the health already loaded, you'll have the health loaded. Right now, it's not published. If I publish it, I click that button. Oop, let me just not do that yet. All right, let me go back. So it's blank. Right here on the import from Commons, you click that. And again, I will stop and answer questions about how to import after I do this. So I search up here. I'm going to do online middle school. Online middle school PE. Let's see. Oh, there it pops up. I hit that course. Now again, if you have high school, hit on online high school PE and see what pops up. You literally just click on it, import and download. And I'm going to tell it where to import. These are all my index cards. Again, I probably have a lot more than you guys do, but you tell it where you wanted to import. So I titled my test index card, my test course, how to import. I click on that, import into course. So I've successfully started the import. It may take a little while. Don't worry, it will come, it will get there. I then just wait. So while I'm waiting, I'm actually going to go to stop share and look at some of the chat questions. Okay, so what to do if elementary classes are not in your dashboard? Okay, so middle school and high school, you will definitely have courses on your dashboard because you have courses that have been assigned to you in PowerSchool. Elementary PE teachers, you may not have any courses assigned to you because elementary PE, you see your kids once every 6 or 7 days. If courses were assigned to you, you possibly could have 40 plus 50 index cards for every single classroom. You would have kindergarten classes, first grade classes, second grade classes, third grade classes, and so forth. That would not be very feasible, honestly, for you to import all the elementary online Canvas course content into each one of those index cards. However, I've noticed that some schools have assigned courses to some of the elementary PE teachers. Honestly, we're only giving kindergarten through third grade take-home packets. Only fourth and fifth possibly are going to go digital. And let's be honest, kindergarten through fifth grade, we just want the kids to move, build forts, play, get their heart rates up. But if you are tasked to put in content into a Canvas course, first, you got to have PowerSchool assigning you those courses. So if nothing is showing up on your Canvas dashboard for elementary, then you do nothing. Just communicate with your principal or your school to see how you want to support your classroom teachers, that they may put in links for online PE stuff inside their Canvas course. I see some really cool uplifting videos of, PE teachers just, using their own iPhones and just taking like a 5-minute video of the exercise of the day, posting workouts of the day, and just sharing it to the school's Facebook page and giving it to the school's principal. So elementary is going to be a little different here, okay? So I teach K-5, but only see K-1, 2 classes. That was from somebody. Again, that's probably because courses have not been assigned to you in PowerSchool. If those courses are not assigned to you in PowerSchool, you will not see Canvas index cards. Let's see, I teach K2 and 4, but in PowerSchool I have K1 and 5. That's interesting. I teach K2 and 4, but in PowerSchool I have K1 and 5. So that means that in PowerSchool, your name is on record for that K1 and 5 classes, even though you teach K2 and 4. So whoever was your course scheduler assigned you under those courses. Again, I would not worry about K1, 2, and 3 at all. They don't have Chromebooks. We didn't even send home Chromebooks to K3. Parents were able to pick up Chromebooks for 4 and 5, but as a parent of a 5th grader, I was pretty much overwhelmed last week of responding to every notification on Dojo, on emails, Google Classroom, all these logins, passwords, and we're trying to figure out this homework balance. I think less is more in this situation, and just kindergarten through 5th grade, communicate with your principal some of those expectations for your online learning. Again, I would just really, truly recommend just getting kids just to move on a daily basis. Hopefully at the end of this thing that everybody realizes the importance of movement for the social, emotional, and mental well-being, because I know adults are going to feel it and want to use it themselves during this virtual learning workplace. Okay, let's see. I did this when you sent the YouTube tutorial. When I did it, the health curriculum stayed and none of the new content transferred over. Great question. So when you go in to, if you already have health loaded, let me share my screen again with you folks. Let me go back to this. So let me go into my dashboard. So middle school and high school, health and PE teachers. Every year, because we push it out as a blueprint course, let's say I go into health education. Some of you guys have that already if you're a health and PE teacher in the middle school level. If you imported the PE content, all this is still going to look the same. Hit modules. If you imported the content, all of the PE content, now I did not do this for myself because this little blue button means I have the ability to do a blueprint, but if I hit that right now, I will override all your content and all your students' work if I hit that. So I don't want to mess with my Canvas middle school and high school health and PE page. So at the end of the modules, you'll probably see the PE content added below here, because I had some screenshots and some conference calls with some teachers yesterday to see how that worked as a teacher, and they said it goes down below in the modules. So let me go back to the homepage. Again, this is middle school and high school. The content, the front pages will look the same. The PE will be towards the end. All right. So let me go back to stop share and read some more chat room questions, and then I'll start teaching you guys how to publish and unpublish. Let's see. What if we've been assigned the wrong courses? I was told to call the help desk yesterday. Okay, good question. If you've been assigned the wrong courses, your PowerSchool scheduler has to assign you the right courses. Unfortunately, I can't do that myself. The PowerSchool course scheduler needs to, but again, I would really caution why you would need courses assigned to you in kindergarten through 5th grade. You might have a lot of those index cards, and our kids really going to be going to a Canvas page in elementary. They may or may not. Again, I would only focus on 4th and 5th grade if you're going to go that route. Let's see, is there a way for us to separate the kids within the course so the A day, B day kids aren't mixed? Tomorrow, we'll show you how to edit some that you could be like edit your pages, but the course itself, you can't divide it into A or B. But within your pages, you could give communications, A students, B students type of stuff. And we'll show you that tomorrow. But you cannot separate the kids within the course so the A and day, B day kids aren't mixed. I believe you cannot. Let's see, our technology teacher has a tab on her website for special area teachers. We are submitting activities to her so parents and students have one-stop shopping. Perfect idea. That came from another PE teacher. Again, every school is doing this just a little bit different, which kind of makes it difficult too for if you're a parent with, let's say, 3 kids at 3 different schools. You've got this platform to use, this password, and all this stuff. I love that idea, though, that a school technology teacher for elementary, I believe this is Myers Park Traditional, technology teacher has a tab on her website for special area teachers, and special area teachers are submitting those activities to the technology teacher. Maybe some school websites will include that. Again, I would just caution kindergarten through 5th grade, you probably don't need to do a Canvas course unless you're being required to do so for 4th and 5th. And I would not worry so much about having courses assigned to you in Power School. Let's see. Is there a way for us to separate? I just imported the online. Yay! Woo! So people have started to chime in saying that they've been able to import the course. So let me go back to my screen to share, because now I think we're at the point where we need to publish, or how to publish and unpublish. So this was the biggest headache for our health and our health middle school and high school teachers a couple of years ago. They were constantly calling me going, I have it, but my kids can't see the content. What is going on? It's a really simple fix, but it will drive you nuts if you don't know this little itty bitty button to push. So let me share my screen, go back to it. I'm gonna go back to my dashboard, and let's see how my test how to import Canvas index card. Again, mine looks different than yours. Here it is, how to import. And mine was welcome to online middle school. So before it was completely blank. Nothing was in there. And I showed you how to import from the comments. So right now I have it, but over here it says it's unpublished. It's in kind of pinkish red color. The cool thing about Canvas, Power School and Canvas talks to one another. Power School and Canvas talks to one another. So once you hit this publish button, it automatically publishes to all your students who are on your roster for that course section. So let me hit publish. Wait for it. You got to hit that green button for it to be published. So hit again. I can unpublish it. Right now kids can't see. Boom. Publish, come on. Yes, kids can see. It's that simple, but wait. I just want to double check one thing to make sure they can see everything. I love working with modules. Don't worry about any of all this other stuff right now. Just to publish and unpublish, I think I'm a lot more organized when I click the modules. And this is where on these little green dots, you can actually, instead of releasing all 6 weeks of content, I can just unpublish. I think you could just unpublish the module itself, but I just like to be safe and unpublish everything. So you can just release 1 week at a time, where kids will only see. Right now, everything is unpublished except for week 6. So you can monitor as a teacher what kids can and cannot see. And you just publish and unpublish. So because I've created, let's say, for example, this activity log, our kids in CMS can view that, and it's in our Google Drive suite. So let's say I hit this. This is all created in Google Drive. And again, we'll talk about how to do things later, but when you do this, let's see right here. Our kids can see it because it's within CMS Google Drive. But if another teacher shared something and I just linked it to their Google Drive, CMS will block it. So they block content from all outside organizations, but because we create it within CMS, our kids will be able to access it because it's within our Google suite. So let me go back to that. So you can, again, let me go back to modules, publish and unpublish by using these little green buttons. This drove teachers crazy. When I showed them that, they're like, that's all it was? Honestly, I did the same thing, you guys. I called technology. I'm like, nobody can see this content. And they literally just said, click this button. And I was like, ooh, that's all it was. But anytime that you guys need help, obviously reach out to me, but there's also this help right here. I learned Canvas by going to live chat right here a lot when I first started. And of course, there's some Canvas guides and everything, but you really just got to kind of click and play. And if you have difficulty, do the live chat. But again, today's topic was only about how to import and publish and unpublish. And right now, again, I've only published week 1 and so forth. Now I just did week 2. Okay, so once you do hit that module, it does publish everything. Again, you guys may not want to do that. You just want to do 1 week at a time. If you want to see what your kids see, go to the home screen and just go to student view. Or you could go to home screen and go, for example, even in modules. That's my kids could, because I clicked everything, they could see all that. But you can always test what your kids can see by hitting student view on the home screen. That was a little bonus for you guys, a little student view. So let me stop share and see some of the questions. Again, the topic is importing the course and then how to publish and unpublish. Tomorrow, we're going to have it be led by some of our Canvas PE teachers that know, so that you guys can see what they see, kind of similar to what your screens are and the courses that you see on your dashboard, but how to edit and change due dates. Because all this PE courses, you can edit, you can change however you want to. So let me stop and share. Let me read some of this. Let's say, what if we're missing students from our courses? What is the easiest way to add them? That's a great question. If we're missing students from our courses, I was under the impression that when a kid is added, it's like PowerSchool and Canvas will then, within every 24 hours, it will be uploaded to resemble your class. If you have a missing student from your course, it might just mean that a student has not been added to you, or it just got added to you. But there is a way that you can add a student by just going into the settings and add a student. Let me check back on that. And maybe that's just a one-on-one question. And it might be an issue that a student really is not listed on your PowerSchool roster. But I think it resets and reloads every 24 hours. How do we see the dates it is published for? Okay, we're gonna do that tomorrow. How to change dates and so forth, let's do that tomorrow. I published a file within my module for 3rd through 5th grader. What's great is my son is at my school in 4th grade, so I can see that it worked. Yay! That's awesome. I always use my own kids as the, kind of the test kids, because I'm like, do you see this, Cora? How is this something that is applicable, age appropriate? Is it user friendly? You know, do you like these buttons? I kind of let them test it out first. So that's awesome that you're able to see that your own son can see it in 4th grade. And then the last question, do we need to start week 1 this week and then week 2 next week? PowerSchool does not do this. Honestly, I would wait, because now we know we're out till May 15th, right? I put in 6 weeks worth of stuff. That's really up to you guys. I would really launch this out maybe even next week as kids actually doing it, so that they actually, you could, because I did make it where middle school and high school, elementary page is just a link of all these online resources for them to choose and just to do for fun. We don't grade in elementary PE. I love that little girl back there. Woo woo! So we don't have to worry about grading for PE in elementary. Middle school and high school, if we go, which they're saying we're going live virtually, I did assign 2 assignments. The physical activity log, 50 points, okay? Then, and of course, only if kids are able to, hopefully they're healthy enough and they're not sick, they do the physical activity log. If they're sick and not feeling well, give them an exemption. They don't do it. We don't want to harm them. The student choice project, those are 30 points. So every week, kids are getting 80 points in middle school and high school. But if you're teaching health at this time, you already have that health ed curriculum that we launched out 2 years ago, which was a blended learning course in itself. So my suggestion is, if grades are going to count next week, launch this out next week. Right now, just get your kids to see if they can see the course, not count it this week, make check-ins to have a conference on how they're doing. That's up to everyone. Obviously, the 6 weeks might go longer than what I've already put in a Canvas course. So I will show you how to make a copy of the assignments, because you could tell in middle school and high school course, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, it's the same. It's the exact same, just different student choice projects and different topics. So we can easily add those to everybody's Canvas course, because I'm going to show you how to add content and edit it tomorrow, but we can revisit that as well once that 6-week time frame is over. But again, I really just want you guys to establish a work-home balance. I really want you guys to really practice what we preach and practice self-care. There's a lot of great resources out there right now that gives free subscriptions to Beachbody, I got an app called Down Dog that I'm doing yoga in between my run days. It's kind of cool being able to go for a run at noon or 1 o'clock. That's a little bit different. Work, sometimes, I'm at 5, 6 o'clock working, and sometimes I'm doing a run at noon. We've been doing a great job of communicating to our social media communications. His name is Tom Miner. And I think that through the arts and PE, we're really going to be able to blast out some cool things to just connect the community and feel good stories type of stuff. I think that that's kind of like been our role of supplement and enriching. And I just think at the end of this, we're going to be more validated as a subject, and the importance of health and PE for a student's social, emotional, cognitive well-being is going to be really experienced by those who are really making the decisions, and hopefully prioritizing funding, prioritizing and valuing our subject even more. One thing that kind of made me chuckle is our middle school and high school teachers sometimes struggle getting Chromebooks to teach health education. And we're the only subject that launches out a blended online Canvas course as a blueprint, where it automatically gets pushed out to every teacher in our district. And we've been doing that for 2 years. And because they don't distribute those Chromebooks to our health teachers, and they just put them in laptop carts and give them to the math, science, and social studies teachers, not that I don't value those, but we've had a course in Canvas, and our health teachers have not been able to access them. Not all. I've had about maybe 10 or 15 teachers this year that still need to be able to access Google Chromebooks. And now that every kid has a Google Chromebook in middle school and high school, now they're able to get the health education course. It kind of makes me kind of laugh. And when district leaders have been saying, like, what are some great virtual learning platforms? What are some good examples? We have rose to the top because of our health ed curriculum that we launched out 2 years ago. So just hang in there, guys. You guys are amazing. So I just really appreciate all the good vibes from everybody. The conversations I've had with one-on-one, sharing screenshots. You guys are never, ever bothering me too much. Please email me whenever you have a need. It does not bother me at all. So please don't write, I know this is bothering you, or I hate to bother you. I absolutely love it. If you haven't been on social media platforms, this is something that you may get out of your comfort zone. And there's a lot of cool stuff. Hey, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff out there on social media. A good place to start is joining our Facebook page, CMSHPE, or our Twitter page at CMSHPE. And once you belong to those, especially on Twitter, you can see who we're following, and then you follow some of those same people, and you get some amazing ideas. I mean, honestly, the elementary page, I went on PE Central, Health Teacher Central, I went on Twitter, and I literally just copied and pasted resources around the globe that people have been sharing. So it's been such an easy way to gather resources. So just an easy way for you guys to kind of stay connected, even though we're socially distant. It's a great way to stay connected is through social media platforms. So any other last questions, anybody? Ooh, Peloton is offering free 90 days and you could cancel before charging. That would be kind of cool. You don't need a bike for that either. So Peloton, Beachbody, the Down Dog app for yoga, Calm app is free for teachers. I'm not sure if that is right now though. They did have Calm app in the beginning of the year, but then they took it away for teachers. But go back and check. Calm is C-A-L-M is a mindfulness app. And maybe what we'll do is I'll put a list of all these free subscriptions in an email for just for us for self-care and take advantage of it. So let's see. Somebody asked me, what is the Sandbox for? Sandbox is in Canvas, just a way for you guys to create a sandbox course if you choose, just to play around with Canvas. It doesn't get published. It's just a sandbox, a place to play around with all the Canvas tools. How to log on to Calm from a PC or laptop, can't do from phone. It's calm.com, I believe, C-A-L-M. And again, we'll send something else out, but I'm not sure if that's free because it was in the beginning of the year, but then they took it away from teachers. So Headspace is another one that was just put on the chat for us. It's another mindfulness app. Again, I think this will be really cool if we just have a free list of things just for teachers to, again, to practice self-care and just to practice what we preach. So again, email me for anything, you guys. Again, I recorded this. So at the end of this, I will send this out as well. I will just take any last minute questions. And again, this was all about just importing and how to publish and unpublish. Tomorrow's about editing pages. So hang in there, you guys. You know, enjoy, take care of yourself first and your family above anything else, because you're not gonna be able to help anyone else until you help yourself first. So find that work balance, enjoy your kids. If you have kids at home, you may not get this time again, right? So right now I feel really, 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 really awful for our seniors. That's the one thing that's really been on my mind is our seniors. And right now I think there's a silver lining that we're at home and we're getting paid. There's a lot of people out there that work hourly salaries. I worry about them. My brother-in-law actually is an auto mechanic and all his hours were cut, so I worry about him. So there's a silver lining to all of this. We are very, very fortunate to have the network we have and to have salary still coming in and not have that stress. So imagine what some of our families are going through right now. And that's where I want teachers just to be cognizant of what is really going on. So, all right, take care, everyone. I'm going to end the meeting. I will see you guys tomorrow.